From the subreddit NoStupidQuestions. Is it weird to take your date to eat ice cream as an adult? So, I once heard a girl say that she was weirded out when her date took her to eat ice cream because she's an adult, but like, what's the issue? Adults eat ice cream too. Ice cream is a great casual date. It's one thing to expect respect, it's another to dictate in what manner everyone around you should act. Oh, I didn't know you stop eating ice cream when you turn 21. I'm 49. If I didn't take my wife for ice cream occasionally, I'd probably be 49 and single. This sounds like a sweet little date idea, pardon the pun, only as weird as you think it is. I would love it. Maybe she wanted something a bit fancier. She sounds stuffy. Ice cream is good at it. Also, username checks out. Nope, not weird at all. If she likes you, then the where doesn't matter. Next date, treat her like a grow-up. Take her to a nursing home for her choice of a pudding cup or applesauce. Bubblegum ice cream plus swings, A-OK hand. I'ma add get ice cream to my date wish list. Great date. No, it's not. You're never too old to act young. Ice cream at a purpose-built ice cream shop, perfect way to end a casual date. Ice cream at a fast food joint like McDonald's, only a good idea for middle schoolers and couples who have established fetishes for the dollar menu. Somebody who doesn't want to go get ice cream is the real red flag here. Who doesn't like ice cream? Unless you're allergic or lactose intolerant, there's something wrong with somebody who would look down on getting ice cream. No. But if your date isn't into ice cream, then don't. But if your date thinks grown people do not eat ice cream, they probably have some issues and most likely very young, 20-ish. Around those age you tend to try to look as grown as possible. It's a great idea for a very casual date to get to know someone in the same way getting coffee is, and I think most people understand that. But there's also the idea of a date as going somewhere fancy and special like a nice dinner or cool cocktail bar downtown or dancing. So it comes down to expectations and the vibe of the relationship leading up to the date. In the initial conversations with the person, you should be able to read what their interests are and how serious they take dating. If they're a casual, low-key person and you've just chatted a little but hitting it off, try the ice cream. If things are heavier and they seem to be into high-stakes experiences and willing, then you need to up your date game. Now maybe you're thinking about all the reasons you don't like expensive and formal date activities like that woman, then fine, don't ask that one. Plenty of people are good for simple outings like ice cream. Nope. But you can't please everyone. Everyone has their own expectations. Take your date anywhere you like and ignore people and their opinions. The only expectations you need to meet are your own. It's a cute date, I see nothing wrong with that. My partner and I went out for ice cream today. My first date with my now fiancé was at an outdoor ice cream place. We just sat and talked for hours while we ate. It was the best first date ever. She probably wanted an expensive restaurant. Nope. That's how I won over my wife. We met at a roulette table in Las Vegas. Every other dude there was buying her drinks. I asked her if she would like to go get a milkshake. She agreed and we talked for hours at the little ice cream place. She said the only reason she said yes was because who does that? Who gets ice cream in Las Vegas? We've been happily married for 12 years. The issue is that girl is trying way too hard to convince herself she's an adult. She was not right for him, but many others would jump at the chance to go on an ice cream date. It sounds like a perfect first date in my opinion. But not if you've been given the impression you are going somewhere fancy. It would be embarrassing turning up in fancy wear to go eat ice cream. I wouldn't date a girl who is weirded out by an ice cream date, soft serve ice cream, edit, but maybe she does not mean ice cream in general, but eating ice cream outside in the winter right now? Might be too cold for her, thoughtful face. She's weird, ice cream is awesome. Go and get ice cream whenever you want. Don't date that girl anymore, ever. I would rather a guy invite me for ice cream than invite me for a drink. That's something I really missed the last 2 summers, stupid COVID. Going on a date to get some ice cream. It's always nice to see what different flavors the other person chooses. So as long as it's not freezing outside and he or she is okay with it, go for it. And if they are not that into it, maybe we are nothing for you. Well, now I just want an ice cream date. If a girl acts like that, she isn't worth your time. Some people get all wrapped up in being an adult. Truth is that doesn't mean shit. Go get y'all some ice cream, and if she doesn't like it, then you know for sure she ain't the one for you. One time I was dating this girl and we were having the typical couple struggle of picking a place to eat dinner. She half-jokingly suggested that we eat ice cream. We just stared at each other for a few seconds waiting for the other person to say no, that's crazy, or I was just kidding. After a few seconds I just go, yeah. Anyway, we're married now. It's something you do with your kids, so maybe she thinks he was treating her like a child. My wife and I do things like that all the time, it's fun. Sometimes we get ice cream and go sit on swings at the park. It's funny to hear other adults talk trash about us and telling us to get jobs but don't care because it's only words. Not liking ice cream is weird. She's the weird one. I'd have loved this. Getting coffee together sounds like something grown-ups do. Ice cream can often be thought it was something children do. I don't particularly agree with that, personally, but I really like that idea, but it's a matter of personal taste. This is actually kind of perfect, though. She doesn't want to be with someone who takes her for ice cream on a date. Her date is probably not happy to be in a relationship with a girl who thinks that's childish. No harm, no foul, but clearly not a good match and potentially a bunch of heartache averted. I'm firmly in the adult age range. Just took my soda ice cream. It's cold here too. We really enjoyed it. That's a great date, especially if they said it would just be casual. We can't have fine dining all the time. If taking someone out to ice cream is representative of what you find enjoyable, then you absolutely should. If you pretend to be someone you aren't, you won't find a true partner but rather someone who likes what you are pretending to be. If someone thinks it is strange, they are not for you. The first date I took a girl out on was to an ice cream place. I was 19, she was 20, we got ice cream and just sat down and talked for hours. It was a really fun time. Your age doesn't restrict you from eating anything. But I would take her to an upscale ice cream parlor which specializes in some unique flavors. There are two types of adults, / those who convince themselves they are adults as in they don't have any fun unless it's serious and they spend their lives performing and being miserable / those who accept it's just a way to distinguish people who should be able to be independent but never lose their inner child. Guess which ones are happier and which ones you should run away from. Nope. My partner and I had our first date the day before lockdown, so our options were limited. We ended up getting ice cream at the grocery store and sat in the parking lot eating ice cream. We talked for hours. Best date ever. I'd say it's not weird as part of a date, but if it's the sole thing you do, then it might be emo, although I understand it differs person to person. Well, I have never been on a date before, but I am an adult and I think it's lovely to take your date out for ice cream. You haven't seen Free Guy? Ice cream is the perfect date for me. But then again, I'm a guy and fat. Where are we going to get ice cream? I'll pay. I'd be weirded out considering it's winter and my teeth would absolutely not be compatible with ice cream. I love the idea. Sets a lighter tone for the date. People get too wrapped up in the idea of being an adult, especially when dating. If they don't like your date idea, you're probably not compatible anyway. Easy way to screen your potential partner. I've been married for 13 years, together for 15. We still always go on ice cream dates. Yeah, the problem is a lot of people think simple things isn't a date. I love ice cream on dates. I think the most romantic date I've had with someone was just getting food from the Spanish deli and ice cream and going to the beach. If you guys like it, do it. She sounds stupid, lol. I've literally finished off a good 20+ dates with ice cream and chosen different flavors each time to mix it up. If she thinks something as fantastic as ice cream isn't good, then she's not the one. Keep looking, king, she ain't it. Nothing wrong with ice cream. But something is weird with that girl. Well, she doesn't sound like an adult at all. It's not weird, ice cream is delicious. Absolutely not weird at all. I think she's weird for thinking such a cute and classic date was weird. Anybody I've ever been with would find an ice cream date to be incredibly sweet, no pun intended, p. When you get right down to it, though, the whole point of dating is finding out if you're a good match. If somebody thinks the date you chose is weird, good. You guys have successfully figured out early that you're not a good match for each other. Tongue. Some women are just on find something wrong with a man mode 24/7. And if they can't find something wrong with a man, then he must be gay. Those women are pills and best to avoid. If that's their version of being an adult, take that as a signal to GTFO of their. Nope. That girl was weird. Absolutely not. Ice cream is a good icebreaker about favorite flavors, foods, etc., and can be quite relaxing if you guys go people watching while eating ice cream. Not weird at all, and you also don't have to plan everything before going on a date. You can meet and improvise. You will find a what to enjoy your time if it's the right partner. No snob.